Hey parents, welcome back to Nature Matters with Dr. Jenny. Today I wanted to talk to you about the importance of introducing STEM learning early. So we all know that kids naturally engage in STEM learning as they're playing, right? So they're building blocks, they're building a tower and they watch it fall over. They're learning STEM concepts there. If they're outside and they are running down a hill or even trying to run up the hill, they're learning STEM concepts there as well. So everything that they do in their natural lives when they're playing and just being active, they are indirectly learning STEM concepts. However, that's not quite enough. So research is starting to show us that STEM learning early in a child's life and purposefully implemented early in a child's life is incredibly important to that child having STEM knowledge, skills, and confidence. And confidence is key, right? Them knowing that they have the ability to solve these STEM-related problems. So let's talk about 5 facts of why early STEM learning is so important for our children. Number 1, all kids are scientists. They just need a little bit of help and a little bit of guidance with this. So nature is an amazing classroom for STEM learning. All you have to do is go outside and give them some kind of challenge. A great example of this is to stack rocks. So for little kids, maybe you want to stack rocks 3 or 4 rocks high. For older kids, challenge them to stack rocks 2 feet high. And what they're going to be doing is they're going to be learning about the mechanics and the engineering of stacking rocks and physics with gravity and all that. And it's a great learning opportunity. And the key is that if you are out there with them and you're guiding them through the process, you're not telling them how to fix it. You're just saying, okay, so that didn't work. Your rock tower toppled over. Can you think of another way to do it? Or can you tell me why you think it didn't work? So all kids are naturally scientists. They just need a little bit of help and a little bit of guidance. And here in a little bit, I'll tell you a little bit about a program that I have that helps your kids be scientists every single week so they're learning STEM skills. All right, number 2, children must be exposed early to STEM to gain fluency and confidence. So our traditional education model is that we introduce reading and math first, and then STEM concepts, really they come later. They're introduced at a young age, but they're more specialty subjects and specialty blocks rather than being necessarily part of the core curriculum. And research is starting to show that that's not really a good idea, that STEM concepts need to be introduced early because things like STEM-related confidence and attitudes are already being set at a very early age. So if a student at the age of 7 already thinks that they're not good at math, then they're going to have a really, really hard time changing that perception later as they get older. All right, so number 3, your attitudes towards STEM are going to influence your children's. This is pretty self-explanatory. If you're constantly saying, oh, I'm no good at math, or oh, I don't know the science about being outside, why should we go outside? Then your kids are going to pick up on this and they are going to start to internalize those feelings. Instead, say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing outside, but let's go outside and let's learn together. And so you're out there learning the names of the trees with them and learning the names of the birds. And again, I can help you with this. And we'll get to that in a second. So 4, all children can take part in STEM activities regardless of their age, abilities, or background. So research supports this. Research shows that in outdoor classrooms, in regards to really any type of STEM learning, that the kids who have more of the academic issues as well as the behavioral issues really, really rise to the challenge when they're outside and they are basically performing on par in terms of academics and behavior with the quote-unquote, we'll call them gold star students, right? The ones who just are naturally good in school. And so being outside allows for children of different ages and abilities to learn right next to each other and learn the same concepts and be just as proficient in them as the students who are just, naturally a little bit better in those fields. All right, and then number 5, we need STEM leaders to have a good understanding of the interconnectedness of life so that they can address really complex issues like climate change. So I'll read you a couple statistics. Our 15-year-olds are ranked 24th in math worldwide and 25th in science. And as you all know, we are becoming more and more of a global society, and our children need to be able to compete pretty much globally in a competitive workforce. Think about, I came from academia, and there are people from all over the world applying for the same jobs that I am. So they need to be competitive in a global workforce, and one way to do that is to raise them in an environment where STEM skills are very much encouraged, but also purposefully and intentionally designed. So that's kind of one of the keys here. So a quote from the STEM Starts Early report states that tomorrow's inventors and scientists are today's curious young children, as long as those children are given ample chances to explore and are guided by adults equipped to support them. So that's kind of one of the keys here, is that children can learn everyday STEM concepts just by playing. But if you really want to be purposeful and intentional about introducing STEM concepts to your kids, it's a good idea to maybe get a little bit of outside help. So you might find some type of curriculum online to help you with that. You might send your kids to a class at the local science museum, or maybe at the natural history museum or the zoo. Those are all great places for your kids to do STEM learning. And little plug here, but I have a program called Nature Matters Academy, and essentially what it is a year-long STEM curriculum that gets your kids outside and learning STEM concepts outside. So it really allows them to think outside the box. We are doing everything from doing, basic scientific observations and learning the names of various plants and animals. We're also doing mathematical calculations. We're calculating the heights of trees. We are doing soil composition analysis and determining the percentage of sand that we have in our soil. So there's a lot of really, really fun and creative ways for us to introduce STEM concepts to our kids. And that's kind of the key. Don't get me wrong, I really like all these programs where you send your kids off to the museum and they learn for a couple hours a week or whatever it is. But there's something really, really special about learning with your family and learning with your kids. You don't need to know the science, because I do, and I will give it to you. If you have questions, I will help you. So it's really neat to have the opportunity to go outside and learn science and learn STEM skills with your kids, and do it as a family and kind of grow together and learn that way. So if you guys have any questions about early STEM learning, leave it in the comments below. If you have questions about Nature Matters Academy, of course, you can ask me about those as well. I'm going to be opening up the doors to the Academy here in a few days over the Thanksgiving break. So if that's something you're interested in, you will have an opportunity to enroll your kids. All right, so I hope you're having a good day, and we will talk to you later. Bye.